Building physical infrastructure is punishingly expensive. Whether it's laying telecom networks, standing up data centers, or expanding power grids, these massive projects have historically required massive, centralized piles of corporate cash to get off the ground. The alternative is a decentralized physical infrastructure network, or DPIN. Instead of one corporation footing the bill, DPIN crowdsources the infrastructure. It incentivizes thousands of individuals to plug in their own hardware, like servers or routers, and rewards them for their contribution using crypto tokens. Traditional enterprise operators saw the scaling power of this model and wanted to use it, but for years they hit a brick wall. Operating a network this way meant stepping into a regulatory black box. Before 2026, regulators generally viewed almost any token used to run a network as an unregistered stock offering. They collapsed the operational tools needed to run the network and the financial investments used to fund it into a single, highly penalized bucket. That dynamic shifted in March 2026. The SEC and CFTC jointly issued a binding interpretation, establishing a strict 5-category taxonomy for every crypto asset. The ruling officially carved apart digital securities, which are investment contracts subject to strict financial laws, from digital tools, which are closed-loop operational tokens used internally to run a network. The 2026 taxonomy provides a specific legal path forward. It replaces the ambiguity of the previous decade with a concrete framework for building a compliant, enterprise-grade token system. The core rule is to separate the rights. A business physically splits its financial operations from its operational network. The top tier issues strictly regulated digital securities to verified investors. The bottom operational layer issues a separate work token to run the hardware network. But building a decentralized network requires you to solve the verification problem. If you rely on thousands of independent operators for your infrastructure, how does the network actually trust that off-grid participants are delivering the power or compute they claim to be? For energy delivery, the answer is cryptographically signed smart meters at the point of generation. They report deliveries directly on-chain, mathematically proving the work was honestly performed before any reward is issued. For compute power, the network relies on trusted execution environments built directly into computer processors. These serve as unhackable witnesses, verifying that requested workloads actually ran on the correct hardware. Because this work token has no public market, confers no claim on company profits, and is earned solely through verified physical contribution, it satisfies the criteria for the digital tool category. Under this framework, the token functions as a form of programmable corporate script, which places it outside the jurisdiction of federal securities laws. By structurally isolating the regulated financial investment from the closed-loop physical labor reward, a business neutralizes its regulatory risk. With the legal threat removed, the enterprise can focus entirely on scaling its infrastructure. Even with the network built, a core commercial problem remains. Traditional enterprise customers simply will not accept volatile, unpredictable pricing when buying server space or AI compute. The solution is the burn and mint equilibrium engine. Enterprise clients pay for services in fiat-denominated stablecoins, guaranteeing a predictable flat rate. The network automatically burns an equivalent value of work tokens while simultaneously minting brand new tokens to directly compensate the hardware operators. This engine completely insulates the customer from crypto volatility. The end result is a self-sustaining economy where the token's underlying value is mathematically anchored to real-world business revenue. The structure of the enterprise is shifting toward a federated model. The company acts as a central coordinator, using the protocol to manage a sovereign microeconomy of independent hardware operators. Because the entire network's rules are hard-coded on-chain, businesses can deploy AI agent fleets to run the operation. These agents automatically verify the work, route operational fees, and manage compliance reporting without relying on human bottlenecks. By keeping the token economy closed and federated, businesses fix the fatal flaws that plagued early crypto networks. Inflation is contained entirely to the scale of one specific business, and hardware oversupply is prevented by tightly curating who is allowed to operate a node. The rules for decentralized infrastructure are now part of the formal regulatory record. With the 2026 taxonomy in place, traditional operators can scale their physical networks using these distributed tools while meeting their existing legal obligations.